Okay. So hi everyone. Okay, so in case that some of you like don't know who am I, okay, I introduce myself first. So my name is Sheng. Okay, so I'll be your MS seminar tutor for today. Okay, so you can see a screen here. Okay, so as you receive the notes either in a PDF file or in a physical notes form, so you can see that this whole notes, right, I think it's very not that thick, correct? Okay, not that thick. So we are just discussing chapter 2 for today. For today class, just chapter 2 only. Form 5, chapter 2, your differentiation. Okay, your differentiation. So you can see the number here that I put on top of the, you see a screen here, okay? So this is the question that we're going to discuss for today class. So I put inside a chat here first, you can see. Actually today, right, because our class is only 2 hours, so that's why the subtopic that I go through for today, right, not really the whole chapter, it's just like part of it. Just a part of it. Today I'm going for the, of course, the differentiation, the normal differentiation, like just to recall back how to differentiate. And then the second part later, we are going for the tangent normal, tangent and normal. And the last one, right, if possible, we can go for the maximum minimum. Yep, we can go for the maximum minimum. So this is the question that we go through for today. I can see a screen here. So now we can start from number 1 first. So number 1, 4, 10, right? Just to like recall back for you on how to do the differentiation first, before we start the tangent normal. So let's start from number 1. Okay, you can see a screen here. So we have to differentiate each of the following function respect to x. Need to bezakan. Okay, bezakan setiap fungsi here. Sorry? It's a seminar notes for the today class. Yeah, so you have to get the PDF form if you haven't get the notes yet. Back to the website. You can go to the website and get the PDF form. Yes. Okay, so let's start now. Get ready. Okay, let's go. So first thing here, how do we do the differentiation? Okay, just to recall back for you on how to differentiate. So we have 2 main steps here to go through. First one is we have to times. The second is -1. Okay, so these are 2 main steps on how do you do the differentiation. Okay. So let's go here. The first part, right, that we're going through is the question C. You can see. I'm not going through all the question here. I just go for question C only. Question C only. Okay, so what do you have here? About the recording, I will post in the YouTube. Not my YouTube channel, is the YouTube channel for the TDC. YouTube channel for the TDC Tuition Center. Can I? Okay, let's start from a C. So if you're not sure, please let me know anything that you're not understand here. Okay, so for the first one, y equals to 3x squared minus 2x plus 6. Okay. So some of you, of course, you know what's the answer. Okay, I just do a big recap for your name. Okay, just do a big recap. So first thing here is, of course, about the symbol. After you differentiate, what's the symbol that you have to write? So from here, this is the equation of unknown y equals to unknown x, right? So you're going to write dy over dx for the symbol, sorry. The dy over dx for the symbol. Okay, this is the symbol, dy over dx. So now we can start using the power of x to differentiate it. The power of x. The 2 here, and the 1 here, and the 6, you have no power, right? You can see, Okay, so start from the 3x squared. The power is 2, so times it with the 3x, and the power itself, you have to minus 1. So that's the way you do the differentiation. So the second one also the same. the power is 1 times with, the 1 times with negative 2x, and the power itself need to minus 1. Good. The last one, positive 6. So you can see the positive 6 has no x, right? So whatever number there's no x, after you differentiate, you must get a 0 as the answer. No matter what number. If beside no x, then that is 0 lor. So continue, open the bracket, 2 times 3x, you got 6x, and 1 times negative 2, you got negative 2. So of course, the x to the power of 0 is 1. We can skip the working. So done. Okay, just to do a big recap for you. Okay, continue, we go for the F. Okay, second one, F here. 3 over 5x squared plus 4x. Okay, so first thing, of course, the symbol, right? The symbol, you know how to write it, dy over dx. So before we start the symbol, because later we are using the power of x to times and minus 1, right? So we have to bring over the unknown x. Need to bring on top. Careful, only x, we need the power of x only to differentiate. So that's why just bring the x squared. The 5, you can just leave it at the bottom. So therefore, after you bring up the x squared, you will get x negative 2. Okay, x negative 2. So then, yeah, we can start the same thing again. The symbol dy over dx. The power of x as usual. This is negative 2, and this is 1. So we can times radio and then minus 1. Negative 2 times it with 3 over 5x. And the negative 2 itself, you need to minus 1. Negative 2 minus 1, so you get negative 3. Some of you get correctly. Yes, yes, nice, nice, nice. Easy, easy. Just to recall back for you. The next one will be power is 1 times with 4x. And the power itself minus 1. So 1 minus 1, you get 0. So there you go. We can continue. Open the bracket. Negative 2 times 3 over 5. You got negative 6 over 5. X negative 3. And 1 times 4, you got 4. Of course, the x power 0, you get 1. Yes. And the last step, one more step. Because we just now bring over the x on top, right? Now bring it back. Negative 6 over 5x, 3 plus 4. So this is a dy dx. Okay, continue. J bracket x plus 5 and bracket 2x minus 3. So for the next one, J, this bracket, expand first. Yeah, open the bracket first. Open the bracket first, then only we start to differentiate. Okay, expand the bracket. If not mistaken, you get this answer. By the way, correct me if I'm wrong, because I scared that I get the wrong answer. Yeah. So now, again, all the x already on top. Okay, all the x on top here. And then, yeah, we can start already. The symbol first, dy over dx. The power of x again, this is power 2, this is power 1, and 15 got no power x, right? Later 15 it will become 0, because no x, it becomes 0 after you differentiate. So first one, power 2, right? 2 times 2x, and the power 2 itself minus 1. Okay, next, power is 1. So 1 times 7x, and the 1 itself minus 1, you will get 0. And of course, the negative 15, you will get 0 because no x, right? So that's it. We can expand the bracket. 2 times 2x, 1 times 7. Again, no, the x power 0, you get 1. Okay, good. Followed by one more to go, m. Or x. Okay, so one more here, m. So for the m here, you can see again, the x need to bring on top, right? All right. Then later we're using the power of x to differentiate. So now from here, I will show you the other way, because if you bring the x on top here, there's nothing wrong. Same answer, same answer. So I just show you another way, which is instead of bring over the x, this x bring on top, we can choose to divide separately. We split the 4x, divide separately, so then we can differentiate later. Okay, divide it separately. You can see that. It's the same thing. If you bring the x on top and then open the bracket, it's the same as how I do it here. Okay, split the 4x, then we can simplify first. X squared divide x. One more x. And the next one, there's nothing for you to simplify. But the x at the bottom need to bring on top. This x need to bring on top. And then actually you got one more thing to simplify. So the 2 and 4. The 2 and 4 can cut also. 1, 2. Okay, so you get 3x over 4 minus 1 over 2x negative 1. Okay, so yep, let's check again. X on top already. Nothing different. Okay, we can start. The symbol first, dy over dx. So this power of x is 1 and this power is negative 1. So we can differentiate d times the 1 times with 3x over 4. And the power itself need to minus 1. Second, same. Negative 1 times negative 1 over 2x. And the negative 1 itself minus 1. So 1 times 3 over 4. X power 0, of course, is 1 again. So negative 1 times negative 1 over 2, you get positive 1 over 2. And the last step, bring over the x power negative to the bottom, and done. So number 1, finish. Just to recall back for you on how to differentiate. Of course, the way I'm doing here, you can see again, I'm going for the full step. If you okay, you can skip the step. Okay, I'm just doing the full step for you to see only. Next one, we go to number 4. This one. Number 4, I discussed the bee and donkey only. So you can see number 4 here, we are still doing the differentiation again. It's the same step. The power need to times and minus 1. It's the same step. But then this question here, as you can see, we are going for the next method because the bracket cannot expand. Power 6 or power 5, you can see that. Power 3, power 4. So we have the formula, right, on how to find this answer. So let's start from a B here. Okay, copy correctly. So first thing first, of course, the symbol dy over dx. So how we going to do it, how we're going to differentiate it will be, we need to differentiate two times. Okay, need to differentiate two times. Okay, two times. The first time will be outside, which means using the power outside the bracket. Okay, the power outside bracket, which is the positive 6. Okay, using the power outside the bracket. Later on, inside, using the power inside the bracket. So we have two different parts that need to differentiate. One is outside, one is inside. Okay, outside, inside. Okay, start from outside first. Outside, power 6, right? Okay, power 6, right? The power, same thing. Differentiate, right? Times, and then -1. So the 6, we're going to times it. Six times the whole bracket, okay? 6 times with the 5 minus 4x, then the power 6 itself -1. So this is from outside, the power outside the bracket. Power 6 times it with the whole thing, and the power itself -1. Okay, second will be from inside. Inside is 5 minus 4x, right? Okay, just an inside with that. This one I move it. Okay, more space. 5 minus 4x, okay, for the inside here. So just the inside only, then we can start to differentiate already. Okay, the symbol gonna write d over dx. Okay, because of no y here, only got x, right? You know the answer. Yes, it's -4. Yes. This is the answer. Same as the one we did just now from number 1. So again, the symbol here, d over dx, because there's no y here, only got x. So now the power of x again, this is power 1, and 5, we got no x, right? The 5 becomes 0. The 5 becomes 0. So we can start already. The 5 becomes 0, okay? And the next one will be 1 times -4x, and the power 1 itself need to -1. So 0, you can just keep it. 1 times -4, you get -4. And then, the x power 0, you get 1. So this is the inside, okay? Again, the outside here, the black color, and the inside here, green color. So later, these two answers are going to times it together. Yes, just the step longer bit, okay? The step will be longer bit because you have to do like 2 times, right? Outside, inside. So the final step will be just simplify. 6 times -4. You should get answer already. Okay, done. Next one, go for donkey. Okay, careful, got -4. In case you forgot a negative in front here. A very small, tiny negative here. Maybe cannot see. The negative. Okay, so first thing again for the donkey, right? Of course, later the symbol will be dy over dx. Okay, the symbol same. And then now you can see the x at the bottom. Need to bring on top. But you cannot only bring the x square. Cannot. Got -4 here beside. You have to bring the whole bracket on top. This whole bracket need to bring on top. So you can see when you can bring on top, when cannot bring on top. It's just like when times 4 times bracket, right? Yes, times you can bring it up separately. And here you got -4. -4 cannot separate. So times you can bring up separately. So bring it up. -3/4. And the bracket is x squared minus 4 to the power of -5. So and then same thing. The power cannot expand, right? Need to differentiate 2 times. Outside, inside. So outside is the power -5 and inside will be x squared minus 4. So the -3/4 actually does not affect your answer. -3/4, just put beside only. The -3/4, just put beside. Later when you simplify, then only we see whether we can cut the number or not. Okay, let's start from outside. So everything here copy as usual. Sorry. The -5, right, need to times the whole thing, -3/4 x squared minus 4 are the whole thing times -5. And the power -1. This is all for outside. It's a long step here. Okay, then followed by inside. Inside x squared minus 4. Wait. So differentiate. Can see the symbol again? No y, right? Only got x. So using the power of x here, of course the 4 has no x. The 4 will become 0. So 2 times it with x, and the 2 itself need to -1. And a -4 becomes 0. 2x. So this is for inside. So then outside, inside, times it together. So then we just simplify. So from here, everything here, they are all times together. Everything. -5 times -3/4 times bracket times 2x, or everything times together. So we can press the calculator straight away. -5, -3/4, and 2. All this, we can just press the calculator to find the answer. -5 times -3/4 times 2. Wow, 15/2. Okay. 15/2x, I write in the x. And the bracket. Anything down, anything I miss out here? Okay, should be correct. So then we can continue. The bracket, power negative, bring it back to the bottom, become positive. Back to the bottom. So bottom only got 2, right? So far, you can see from 15/2, this 2 here. So the bracket, bring it down back to the bottom, beside the 2. Okay, number 4, finish. After this is number 10. One more to go on number 10, just to recall back for you on how to differentiate. So just now, number 1 here, we know how to differentiate equation that is no bracket. You can see number 1. Yeah, number 1, you have the bracket, yes, but the bracket can expand, right, for number 1. So you just expand the bracket, and then we differentiate 1 by 1. And the next one will be number 4 here. Number 4, the bracket, yes, but the bracket you cannot expand. So that's why we go for the second method of differentiation, outside, inside. Okay, outside, inside here. Okay, wait now, is it? You can say so. You are using the outside, inside here when the power, yes, because the only thing that you can expect is power 2, right? Power 2 and power 1. These two only. So except for power 2 and 1, the rest of the power, you have to go for this method. Except for power 2 and 1. Because even though power negative, you can expand, right? Power -1, power -2 can expand, right? So yeah, except for power 1, 2, you have to go for this method. Okay, number 10, let's go. One more method. This one. Number 10, we go for A and E. So differentiate again. The working same times and then -1. Same, huh? Okay, so now for question A, y equals to x power 3, 2x minus 3 to the power of 4. Okay. So of course later the symbol same, dy over dx, the symbol same. And then the power of x, right, times and then -1. Okay. But then you can see now this equation here, this bracket cannot expand. We have to go for outside, inside, right? And in front here, you got the x also. The power of this need to differentiate also. So both also need to differentiate, both, because both also got x, right? So yes, how we're going to do here will be, we're going to use the formula called as product rule. I think someone, if you know that, if you ever open your textbook, you should know that. Yeah, it's called as a product rule. I write the formula here for you to see. Because product rule, you have two different ways to do it. Yes, later we have to differentiate the x3 and the bracket. We have to differentiate it separately. Okay, but you see the formula first. This formula here will be, because of saying the product rule, right? I'm going for this way. Copy left, it has this way also. Copy left, differentiate right. Wait, I move aside first. Plus, copy right, differentiate left. This one same as the product rule. This one same as the product rule. It is the same. So product rule, you have two different ways. The one that show you in the textbook is using U and V. If I'm not mistaken, using U and V. You should know what it is, right? The U and V. So now I just change it into left and right. Got U and V, right? Yes, got U and V, yes. Actually the same lah. U and V, left and right are the same, just like different letter only. So I make it into left and right, left and right. So now you can see the equation here again. Left and right. Left times right. Okay, left times right. So therefore, you can see here again the formula, symbol same lah, dy over dx. So the first bracket here will be copy left. Really, like the word here that I'm saying, copy left, really, just copy only. Copy this only. And later the dr will be differentiate right. The right side you have to differentiate. The right side here. Only the right side, don't see other things. The right side you have to differentiate. So now you can see the right side here. We're going to use the number 4 method because the bracket, you can see, cannot expand. The power 4, you have to go for outside, inside, right? Okay, so we start from this one first, then later we continue. Okay, we start from the first half of it. Let's go. Dy over dx. Okay, the first bracket is copy left. Just copy only, yeah, just copy only. Nothing special. The second bracket will be differentiate right. Okay, the working I write beside here because in case you you forgot just what we did for number 4. Yeah, right here. So the right side is 2x minus 3 to the power of 4. Okay, this one need to differentiate. Can see the symbol? No y here. So outside. Okay, the power 4 right outside. Times it with the whole thing. 4 times 2x minus 3. And the power 4 itself need to minus 1, sorry. So this is from outside. And later on, the inside. Okay, inside here, 2x minus 3. So this one we differentiate. The power here is 1 times it minus 1. The negative 3 no x will become 0. So you get 2. This is for the right side. Yes, the right side. Outside, inside. So then 4 times 2, you got 8. 2x minus 3 to the power of 3. So this is the differentiate right. We just copy back to the working here. I change the bracket first. Okay, first half done. Copy left. Differentiate right. Okay, the first half done. Okay, plus the next half will be copy right and differentiate left. So you can see the second half here, just the opposite of the first half. Just opposite only. Copy right, differentiate left. Copy right, the right side, just copy only. And then differentiate left. Differentiate left. Okay, what can I do here again? The left side is x power 3. So just differentiate this. Okay, you should be okay. The power here is 3 times and the power minus 1. 3x squared. Yep, this is your differentiate left. Copy right, differentiate left. So actually you can see that, yes, it is a new formula because of the product rule. It's a product rule, but in the end, right, can you see that you are using the only 2 different methods, the just now number 1 and number 4, these 2 only. Then this is the way we do it for number 1. No bracket, just times and then minus 1. And the number 4 method, you can see that. Got bracket, right? Yes. Can I expand? Yes. Just go for outside, inside. Okay. So actually, the product rule is not that confusing, just that you have to recall back the basic, the one without bracket and with the bracket. These 2 only. If you know these 2, then the product rule, the quotient rule should be no issue for you. Yay. Okay, I continue here. Okay, the next thing we'll do is like, we need to simplify. Wow, we have to simplify. Okay, so on top here, we can, because this all times together, right? X power 3 times 8 times the bracket. So we can like rearrange everything first. 8 and x power 3, we can put it together. And the bracket at the back, okay, just rearrange. So I think the bracket at the back will be nicer. And followed by the second half just now, the 3x squared and the 2x minus 3. So nothing for us to times it here. I just rearrange. The 3x squared I put in front. So yep, this is the things that we have after we rearrange. So there's a product rule. Copy left, differentiate right, copy right, differentiate left. This is your product rule. So the next working here, just have to simplify. You cannot leave your answer like this. Okay, how to simplify here will be, we have the same thing for us to factorize from this part. We can factorize. So this one, the first thing that you can see is the x. These 2 we can factorize out, x3 and x2. So the power x that we can factorize will be power 2. Maximum that we can factorize, power 2, x to the power of 2 here. I do some marking. So these 2 we going to factorize x squared. Okay, you can see the marking. Okay, next, the bracket. The bracket, one you have power 3, one you have power 4. So maximum we can factorize 3. If you make it 4, then this one not enough. So for this part, we just factorize power 3. Yeah. So these are the two things we're going to factorize. X squared and the 2x minus 3. X squared and bracket 2x minus 3. Okay, so these are the two things they're going to factorize. So right outside. Sorry. Okay, this one right outside. And now, from beginning the 8x3, right? After we factorize the x squared, we have to write the leftover number or unknown. We have to write the leftover number unknown. So 8x3, we factorize x squared, right? Factorize is just like your divide. So 8x3 divide x2. You left 8x. Okay, this is the first one. After you factorize, you left 8x. And the next one, this bracket, we factorize. Oh, we factorize everything, right? Power 3, power 3. So we have nothing left, right? We left like just 1. So next one, positive 3x squared. Positive 3x squared, we factorize the x squared just now. So we only left the positive 3, all right, after we divide it. And the last one, the bracket 2x minus 3 power 4, we factorize 3. So we left one more bracket, 2x minus 3. So these are the things that left out after we factorize. Maybe lah, in your exam, right? Because you can do until here, follow the formula, the product rule, but then maybe you don't know how to factorize. Maybe, but it's okay. You still got marks here. You still got marks here. Because this part here, you need to take some time to like figure out which one to factorize. So the rest just simplify. The bracket here just expand, and then 3 times 2x is 6x, 3 times 3 is 9. Eight x plus 6x is 14x minus 9. Yep, this is the 10A. The product rule. Copy left, right. Okay, so you can replace it with the U and V. You can replace it since the formula thing, some of you like don't like it for the UV. You can replace to the copy left, right. One more to go. E. Okay. Yeah, I copy the question here. Okay. Next one, E. So E, yes. The X at the bottom, right? You need to bring on top, like the one we did just now. But then, if the X you bring on top, because of the minus 8, is not times of, you cannot bring over the X separately. You have to bring the whole X minus 8 up here. Yeah, if you bring the whole X minus 8 up here, then the bracket cannot expand also, because you get something like this. You get something like this, the power -1 if you bring the whole bracket up. So yeah, you cannot factorize, I mean, you cannot expand this bracket, right? So we're supposed to go for the product rule again, because here we have X, need to differentiate. Here we have X also, need to differentiate, right? So that's your left and right. Okay, supposed to go for the product rule, but you got one issue later. You can get the working until here after you go for the product rule, but then later you simplify the one you have to factorize here, you will face some problem because of the power negative. Yeah, if you factorize power negative, like I'm not sure, you know what is the tower that's left. So there's a reason why this chapter, right, except for the product rule, they give you one more quotient rule. Right here, quotient. Quotient rule also got the U and V. Yes, got the U and V, but yeah, no, I'm not going for the U and V. I'm going to change to top and bottom. I go for top and bottom. Okay, move everything here. T and B you can see top and bottom. I go for top and bottom. Yeah, put the formula here first. So the symbol as usual, dy over dx. But this time you got fraction. You got fraction this time for the formula. Copy bottom, differentiate top minus. Now terbalik. Copy top, differentiate bottom. Yes. So the whole thing divided by bottom square. So that's your quotient rule. So I replace it with the top and bottom instead of the U and V. So then, yeah, just repeat the same thing only. But this time will be easier because of the top and bottom, right? If you differentiate it, there's no bracket here for top and bottom, no bracket. We can just go for the number one method, just differentiate only, times and then minus one. Okay, let's go. This one I make it fast. You should be able to answer this question already. Just maybe the simplify part will be a bit. And then, okay, copy bottom first. The next bracket is differentiate top. 6x minus 3, right? So differentiate the top, you will get 6 minus copy top, differentiate bottom. Bottom, okay, right here. Yeah. The power is here is 1, so times and then minus. The negative 8 will become 0, so it's just 1. And divided by bottom square. So yep, that is your working. So later we're going to simplify this. But on top here, right, you can see the bracket x minus 8, 6, 6x minus 3, and 1. I don't think any number here we can go for the factorize. The bracket and the bracket, there's nothing same, nothing we can factorize. The number here also, 6 and 1. Nothing we can factorize here. But we still have to simplify. It's not saying that, oh, cannot factorize, or then we just leave it at this. No. We still have to simplify. So for this one, since we cannot factorize, just normal simplify, open the bracket. The bottom, we can just leave it, the bottom here. No need to expand the bracket. The bottom, for the quotient rule, you can leave it at this, for the bottom. No need to expand the bottom. 8, 6, 48. Negative 6x, negative 3. Negative 48 plus 3 is negative 45, if I'm not mistaken. So x minus 8 squared. So yeah. So this is the basic things you have to recall back first off for this chapter 2 differentiation. So you can see you have about 1, 2, 3, 4, about 4 different methods here. Number 1, no bracket, right? Just times and then -1. Number 4 will be outside, inside. And number 10 here will be product and quotient rule. Okay, only 4 methods here, but the main step actually is number 1, number 4. These are the main 2 working that you have to know. Because all the product and the quotient rule is based on that, right? It's all based on that. Okay, when do we use a product and quotient? Let me see again. Yes, should able to know that the product and quotient. You can see the similarity for these 2 here. Not sure you can see or not. Look, let's look at the A here again. The A here, you have the X, right, for both sides. The X3 and the bracket. So both also need to differentiate, right? Because the power mark, the X mark, right? Both also need to differentiate. Okay, get the idea? Both also need to differentiate. So that's why, yeah, we go for the product rule here. Because normally, if you go for, let's say the number 1 method, no bracket ma. So if this bracket can expand, yes, then you can go for the number 1 method. Or if go for number 4 method, right? Number 4 has the bracket cannot expand, right? So you can see here this bracket. This bracket, 2x minus 3 power 4, cannot expand, yes. But at the same time, outside of the bracket, you have unknown x also. So you have outside with unknown x. So you cannot go for only the outside, inside. And the quotient rule, yes, you have the fraction. Of course, this is like so obvious. You have the fraction. You have the fraction here for the quotient rule. For the fraction and top and bottom here, you have the unknown x. Okay, can product and quotient. So this is all about the basic. You have to recall back. Wow, it takes so many times. Okay. So any more question here about these 4? The working here, product and quotient is quite long for the working here. Okay, get the idea. Okay, good. So now we can continue. Hopefully it's still okay. Next one is number 22. We finally can start the tangent normal. 22. Go. Here. Okay, now we can start the tangent normal. Given the gradient of the tangent of the curve at x equals to 3 is 7/1/2. Find the value of m. Okay, diberi keturunan tangent kepada lengkung pada x equals to 3. 7/1/2. Cari nilai m. Okay, a lot of numbers here given to you. Okay, first thing here, you are given gradient of the tangent. Gradient of the tangent. Okay, what does this mean? Is like, you have the curve here. And then the tangent is a straight line. This tangent here is a straight line. And you should know that the tangent is the straight line that pass through one point, right? Pass through like 1 point. I change the color. Pass through 1 point. This line we call as tangent. First thing you have to know as tangent first. Okay, tangent is a straight line that pass through the curve at 1 point. Okay, tangent. So from here, you are given the curve equation x² square bracket 2 plus mx. Okay, I copy here first. X square bracket 2 plus mx. Okay, this is your curve equation. And then continue the tangent, gradient of the tangent at x equals to 3. So this number x equals to 3 is the point of intersection where the tangent cut the curve. The tangent cut the curve over here. This is x equals to 3. But the y coordinate, you don't have it, okay, for the y coordinate. So last number is a 7 1 over 2. So the whole sentence here, you should understand the meaning already. Gradient of the tangent at this point is 7 1 over 2. So the 7 1 over 2 will be stands for your gradient of the tangent line, 7 1 over 2. The gradient, which is m, okay, is 7 1 over 2. So yeah, so in the exam, right, if you face like this question here, only sentence, there's no graph here, you can try to draw out the graph. Then you should be able to like understand more. Should be able to understand more. You have the graph compare with just sentence. What is it? Oh, the SL here is a straight line. The tangent, it means a straight line. Straight line. I just write in short form only. Okay, so you can just simply draw out the diagram, okay, to let you understand. No need to draw so big, okay? Just draw a small little one for you to understand. Okay, we can start already to find m. Based on the picture here, actually, it seems like nothing we can do here, right? Seems like, okay? But, yes, gradient of tangent are right here. The m just now, okay, maybe I make it like clearer. MT, the T stands for tangent. Gradient, the M, and the T stands for tangent. So the gradient of tangent, this one you need to remember. Exam not given to you. Confirm equals to dy over dx. So this is the things that you remember. So which means that the dy dx is you differentiate the curve. You can see the y and x here, these two unknown. So you differentiate the curve, you get dy over dx. So you differentiate the curve, you will get the gradient of the straight line. Okay, I repeat here. You differentiate the curve, you will get the gradient of the tangent. Okay, so this one remember, exam not given to you. Okay, I repeat one more last time. Differentiate the curve, you will get the gradient of tangent. So this is the things that remember in your exam. So now we can use this formula to find the m already. So as I said just now, we need to differentiate the curve, right? So differentiate the curve. Okay, differentiate the curve. So for the curve here, the equation is x squared bracket 2 plus mx. So now, here got x, right? Here got x, right? Seems like we need to go for copy left, right? The product rule, but the bracket, you can expand. The bracket, there's no power here. You can expand. Few. So no need to go for the product rule. You can save more time. X squared times 2, x squared times mx. Become power 3 already. So then now we can differentiate. The answer later will be equals to the gradient of tangent. Symbol as usual. The power of x times minus 1. X power times minus 1. Right again. 4x plus 3mx squared. So this is your dy over dx. So the dy over dx also equals to mt, right? So continue here, the mt, the tangent gradient, equals to 4x plus 3mx squared. Should be okay until here. Just repeat the same thing as we did for number 1, number 4, number 10, okay? Maybe got unknown, got other unknown. Okay, so now we can continue. We have the MT already. We have the MT, and we know the MT is also equals to 7, 1 or 2. At this point, right? Okay, I repeat here. The MT is 4x plus 3mx squared. Besides that, MT also equals to 7, 1 or 2 at this point. So you can sub in both to find the M already. MT is also equals to 7, 1 over 2 at the point of x equals to 3. So sub in both, which is 7, 1 over 2, sub into MT, replace it with MT, and the 3, of course, replace it with x. So we can get the answer. So no more MT, no more x, you only left unknown M. So we can expand the bracket and then find the answer already. For 312, 3m times 3 squared, it should be 27. So bring over 7, 1 over 2 minus 12. Seven, 1 over 2, I press again. Negative 9 over 2. So negative 9 over 2 divide 27. Yay, for the answer. But only 3 marks, but as usual, I'm writing the full step here. I go for the full step here. So if you want, you can skip the working. It's up to you. So next one is 23. Yep, 23. Also no picture. We can try to draw ourselves for 23. Oh, this one 4 marks. Okay, not bad. The gradient of the curve at the point negative 4, 8 is 8. Find the value of A and B. Keturunan lengkung pada titik 4, 8 nilai 8, cari nilai A dan nilai B. Okay, let's draw the picture first. We have the curve here again, as usual. We have the curve. I simply draw one. And then in front here, it says that gradient of the curve, right? A bit different meaning compared with the previous question. Gradient of tangent, gradient of curve. But actually, you know, right? MT equals to dy dx. You differentiate curve, you will get the gradient of tangent. So meaning that gradient of the curve, right? Gradient of the curve, right? It is equals to gradient of tangent. No? This one actually is MT. You differentiate curve, you differentiate curve, you get the gradient. So that's why the MT, you should know MT already. The MT should equals to 8 in the end. So yes. We later differentiate the curve, this one. It will be equals to MT, right? Okay, MT, right? And it will be equals to 8. Yeah. It's the same, okay? I continue to draw my graph. I continue my graph. So now we have the gradient of the tangent, the MT here given to you is 8. this 8 here, which means this straight line, which is the tangent, the gradient of it is equals to 8. And also the point given to you, -4, 8. And also you have the point. So yeah, this is the picture of 23. Curve gradient, you differentiate. So after you differentiate, also equals to the tangent gradient. That is why equals to mt, the curve gradient. Okay, so the last one I label here is your curve equation. Okay, I think nothing I missed out here. Okay, no. So now we can start ready to find the A and B. So repeat here again, the mt also equals to dy over dx. So you're going to differentiate the curve. You should get your mt. Okay, correct. So let's differentiate this. So I think the 23, we differentiate this curve, will be using the number 1 because there's no bracket here, right? The power of x times -1 times -1 and -8, no x, so becomes 0. So 3ax squared equals to 3x squared plus 2bx. So this is your mt. So this part should be okay for you. The dy dx equals to gradient of tangent, the mt. So I think from here, we can continue. mt, right, equals to 3ax squared plus 2bx. Besides that, mt also equals to 8 at the point -4, 8, right? Yeah, we just sub in everything again. mt is equals to 8 at the point -4, 8. So sub in both again. The mt replace with 8 and the -4, replace it with x. So later you have no more mt, no more x, right? Only left the a and b. And you can see there's no y here, no y. So the 8, no need to sub. There's no y here, right? 8 equals to 3ax squared plus 2bx. Okay, open bracket. 3 times -4 squared should be 48. 8. Then 2b times -4 should be -8b. Yeah. This is only the first equation because of the 2 unknown. It's not like the 22. 22, you can find the unknown straight away because only 1. Here you got 2 unknown. So until here should be okay for you because same as the 22, based on the dy dx equals to mt, I can find the first one. And now, the way to get the second equation will be here. The first one, as you understand the whole step here, right? The first equation, actually, we are getting it from the dy dx. Because based on mt equals to dy dx. So the first equation actually is come from the dy dx. So which means the original equation of the curve, we actually not yet using it, the curve equation. So the second equation, we're going to use the curve equation to form the second one. Okay, how to form? Very simple. We have to find a and b, right? So you can see your curve equation got a and b, yes, but you got 2 more unknown, x and y. these two here. So you can see the graph here again. This curve, you have 1 point, -4.8, these two. These two are your x and y. So you can sub in. All this x and y replaced to -4.8. Then you got no more x, y. You only left a and b. That is your second equation. Okay, you can see now the -4.8 is sub into the x and y. So here you will get your second equation. Been working here quite long actually. So I'll open the bracket. -4 to the power of 3 is -64. -4 squared is +16. And -8, I bring over here become plus. So 8 plus 8 equals 16. So this is your second equation, but of course, you still can simplify if you want. The number here can make it smaller. 16 and 64 can be divided by 16. We can make it smaller for this number. Okay, nice. So this is your second one. 1 equals to -4a plus 1. So we can go for the substitution. Which one is better? We start from 2. Sorry. I missed out the b actually. Should be 1b. So we can start from the second one. We can find b equal. We can find b equal. Later b we can sub into 1. From the 2, find b. Later the b sub into 1. Okay, find b. Later b sub into 1. Okay, then open bracket. You can find the unknown a already. Okay. Yeah. So yep, this is the answer. Okay, this part wait for you first. The long step here. So far, so good. This is a long step only for the 23. After this is 25. Okay, but again, you have to remember this. The dy dx is equals to mt. So this is the formula that can get you extra info, can get you extra equation, extra number for you to find the answer. The mt equals to dy dx. So until here first, anyone that is not done yet, you can let me know. We are moving on to 25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, all done. Let's continue. 25. Okay, let's see this. Also 4 marks are okay. The curve of y equals to mx squared plus nx plus p, so many unknown here, has a minimum point at negative 2, 2 and passes through point negative 1, 4. Find the value MNP. Okay, lengkung mempunyai titik minimum negative 2, 2 melalui titik negative 1, 4. Cari nilai MDP. Where did D come from? Sorry, it's N. It is not the letter D. Okay, so you can change the letter. There's typo here. So no picture, we can draw it ourselves. Now you have the curve again. Just simply draw a curve. View. Okay, this curve has what? Has a minimum point at negative 2, 2. So minimum point, as you know, if talk about the smiley face, right? Minimum point is the lowest point of the graph. The lowest point. I draw the curve again, a bit ugly. Okay, so the minimum point is the lowest point. Lowest point is somewhere around here. Okay, I put over here, the lowest point. So the point here is negative 2, 2. Okay, the lowest point. And besides that, it also passes through negative 1, 4. Okay, negative 1, 4, I simply put a negative 1, 4. Okay, I put here. Okay, negative 1, 4. I'm not going to, the graph here that I draw, right, is not following the exact same graph. Maybe the point that I put here something wrong. Okay. So now find the value of MNP. Okay, the 3 unknown here. Okay, so now from here, it seems like I just only given you 2 points, right? But actually got one more. The minimum point here. Minimum point is the lowest point, yes. So, and you know that the tangent at the point, right? I draw here. Tangent at the point, right? Can you see the line, the tangent? Because of that's the lowest point, the line, straight line there, right? The tangent, the gradient is 0. The MT will be 0. So you have this info based on the minimum point, MT equal to 0. So again, the MT equals to dy over dx. So which means that the minimum point will be dy dx equal to 0. Dy dx equal to 0 based on the MT equals to dy dx. Okay, so this is the picture here. But again, the picture is just a reference. No need to draw so big one. Just a small one for you to refer only. Okay, then now we can start already. Okay, so based on the MT equals to dy dx, so we can differentiate already. Look at the MT first. Okay, let's differentiate this. Sorry. The power of x times and then minus 1. The nx same also. The power here is 1. And the last one, plus p. Plus p got no x, so plus p will become 0. So you get 2mx plus n. That is your dy over dx. So from here, we can know the mt already. The mt is equals to 2mx plus n. Why you can say p equals 0? It's not p equals 0. This is when we differentiate. It's not the p value. It's not a p value. Just like when we differentiate, the p gone already. So mt equals to 2mx plus n. So now we can continue. Mt beside 2mx plus n is also equals to 0 because of the minimum point, right? Also equals 0. So the mt equals 0 at the point negative 2, 2. Mt equals 0 at the point negative 2, 2. So we can sub in both. Mt equal to 0 at the point negative 2, 2. So we can sub it in 0 into the mt and the negative 2 into the x. Okay, so then open the bracket. 2 times negative 2 is negative 4. So similar, this is your first equation. Negative 4m plus n. So then the second one, again, the first one here you can see, right, it's come from the dy dx, not from the curve, it's from the dy dx, right? We sub in the number. So the second one, yes, we're gonna get it from the curve already. Need to get it from a curve already. So we have two different points here to choose. Negative 2, 2 and negative 1, 4. So we can just simply choose one. I think this one will be the working will be longer than just now 23 because of the 3 unknown. Did I see it wrongly? Yeah, continue. So submit the point into a curve, you should get a second equation. Wow, really got 3 unknown. Oh no. I think this one we need to go for the what chapter idea? The system of equation. Your Form 4 chapter 3. Okay, I expand this. Negative 2 square is positive 4. Negative 2 times n should be this one. Nothing else that I left out. So, yep, this is the second one. So, yeah, I think this one we have to go for the system of equation because of the 3 unknown. Okay, so continue here. So after you get the 1 and 2 here, we still cannot start the substitution because of the 3 unknown. So 3 unknown, we need 3 equation. So there's one more point given here, right? Yay, negative 1, 4. Oh, this point is also on the curve, so we can sub in also to get your third equation. Wow, that is a long step. So -1 square you get positive. N times -1 is -n, then plus p. So yup, this is sorry, this is the third one, not the second. Still okay, still okay. So we can start to sub in already to find all these three unknown. Okay, I think this one you need a lot of space because of the three unknown here. As remember, the working quite long, right, for three unknown. Make it smaller a bit. We need more space for the working. Okay, so now we can start already. We can start from the first one. Yeah, the first one is easier. The first equation here, we can find n. You can find n from first one. Find n. Later the n we sub into the second and third. Just remember the step, right? Find n, so -4m bring over become positive. Woohoo! Okay. So sub in into second and third. Okay, 4 sub into second. 2 equals to 4m minus 2n plus p. Okay. Yes, we're going to stop it here. -4m plus p equals to 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, this is the fifth. So then continue the 4 into 3. Ayya, working so long. 3, okay. 4 equals to m minus n plus p. Oh yeah. This is the sixth equation. Ooh. So then the final step, after we get the fifth and sixth, using fifth and sixth, we can go for the normal substitution already to find the m and p. This one 4 marks. Is there any faster way here to do? It's a song so long the step here. Yeah. So I start from fifth, find p, -4m bring over, and then sub the 5 into 6. Okay, I need to label the number here. This one will be the 7. Okay, so 4 minus 2 is 2, -3m plus 4m is m. Oh, finally, good answer. M equals to 2. So sub in back to the 7, we can find P. 2 plus 4 times 2, you get 10, and MP done. And last one, we can find N. MP. Ooh. Okay. So 25, 4 marks. It's not like worth the 4 marks though. After 25 is 26. Okay, this part wait for your first is it's really a long step here regarding the 3 unknown, right? Long time no see this equation. Minimum point -2, 2 passes through the point -1, 4. I think the 4 marks will come from. Is there any different working we can do here? Maybe because the working here quite long, we can skip some step. I just tried the full step here, so it seems like, wow. It looks like a 10 marks question, right? Okay, so 25, any issue here? Next one, 26, yeah. 26. Is it working or make it bigger a bit? Dun, 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 dun. Okay, good. Let's go for 26. We still at the same subtopic here, okay, about the tangent normal. Yeah, today we do a lot for this part. 26, we have the picture here. So no need to draw ourselves. Look at the picture only. The diagram shows the curve y equals to x squared plus 8 and the tangent to the curve at point P. Find the equation of the tangent at P. Okay, Raja menunjukkan lengkung dan tangent kepada lengkung di titik 19. Cari persamaan tangent di P. So 3 marks, we need to find the equation of the tangent, equation of the straight line, this straight line. Okay, so it is a straight line. So from here, everything a bit different. We're going to go for the straight line formula. Y equals to mx plus c. Okay, you should recognize the formula for the straight line. So based on the formula here, we're going to find the m and then later c. Find m and later c. So you're going to left with the x and y. Find the m and c only. So start from the m first. Because we're finding the tangent equation, right? So the m, yes, it will be the tangent gradient. So from here, mt equals to dy dx. Mt equals to dy dx. So back to the same thing here. This tangent, how are we going to find the gradient? We differentiate the curve. Find the dy dx. Because dy dx equals to mt. Dy dx equals to mt. So the curve is x squared plus 8. Now we can differentiate this. Dy over dx. The power of x times and minus 1. The 8, no x or becomes 0. Two x. Yep, 2x. So this is your mt. So then now, the mt here, yes, it's not given to you any number here. They're not giving you the gradient, right? The mt, but you know the tangent is at the point P of 19. So we can submit the point P to find the gradient of tangent. Submit the one, we can find the MT. We need the MT for the equation. So done. This is the gradient of tangent. I put it here. And the last part, just finding the C, the y-intercept, which is this number. This is where the C is. Okay, this is a C. So to find the C here, we just sub in any point. Yeah, any point on a straight line. The only point you have is point P. Sub in the point P, 19, into the formula. You can find the C already. Y equals to mx plus c. 9 minus 2, you got 7. Okay, just write again. Done. 26. This one very fast. Since the MT, you know how to find already. And after this is number 30. Okay, good. Not too hard, not too hard. Since you know how to find the MT already. So after this, okay, 30, let's go. Question 30. We have 3 more to go. Oh, this time no graph. We need to draw ourselves. The normal to the curve at point A is parallel to the straight line. Find the equation of the normal to the curve at point A. Okay, no picture, so we draw ourselves. Normal to the curve at point A, the first part of the sentence. Normal to the curve at point A. Okay, so we have the curve here. Okay, now you know where is the tangent, correct? The tangent is cut through one point, okay, from a curve. So normal to the curve, right, will be still related to the tangent. This is where the point, okay, so you still have the tangent here. And the normal will be passes through the same point, which is over here, the red color, and it is 90 degrees to the tangent. So this is where the normal. Okay, you can just simply draw a picture here. The normal to the curve at point A. So this point, you can see where the straight line intersect, the red color here, right? This is the point A. The red color here is the point A. So this is a normal to the curve at point A. Okay, first part of the sentence. Next one. The normal to the curve at point A, right, is parallel to the straight line. Okay, it's parallel to the straight line. So who parallel to the straight line is normal. Don't see the wrong line. It's normal parallel to the straight line. So this straight line is a new straight line, okay, and it never say is intersect the curve or not, okay. So the straight line I draw it outside here. Just another straight line with the parallel sign. Okay, see the arrow parallel. So the equation of it is negative x plus 14. So the normal to the curve at point A, okay, this normal is parallel to negative x plus 14. So this is the graph for the first sentence. Okay, again, I simply draw it. I'm not really following the exact same graph. Just simply draw it. Normal to the curve at point A is parallel to the straight line. So that's all. You have to find the equation of the normal to the curve at point A. So you have to find straight line again. this straight line. Same formula, y equals to mx plus c. Need to get the gradient. And later find the c. But careful this time, you are not finding the tangent anymore. Need to find the normal. This gradient that we need to find is normal. I put n, okay? Yeah, I put n here. So it's not mt, it's mn. Careful, it's not mt. We need to find the nn, okay? The normal gradient. Okay, so back to here first. Normal gradient, actually, no need to, we have the answer, yes. Normal gradient, we have the answer. You know these two parallel, right? Yeah, they have the same gradient. Y equals to mx plus c. So the m here is -1. So the gradient for this is -1. For you. Which means the normal also -1, because of the parallel, same gradient. So yeah, we already have the gradient of normal. Hey, -1. Hey, I forgot the curve. Okay, so far here should be okay. So the next one will be finding the C. So the C will be sub a point as usual, sub a point. So from the straight line, the normal, we have to sub the only point that we have on the line is the point A. This is the only point that we have. So we're going to find point A and then only continue and get a C. Yeah, need to find point A first, then only we can find the C, because this is the only point, right, on the line. So let's find the point A. Okay, how to find the point A will be like this. It's a long step. Okay, this one I split it first. Okay, how to find the point A will be, we have to go through this the mt again. Mt equals to dy dx. We're going to use this formula again to get the point A. The reason because of like this mt, you can see where the intersect, right? The intersect at point A. So if we can get the mt, we can get the gradient of the tangent, then we can get back the point A already. Because the mt intersect at point A. After we get the mt, we can find the point A. So maybe it's still feeling confused, okay? I continue here. Let's find the mt first. Same thing, we have to differentiate. Differentiate the curve, we can get the mt. Differentiate the curve, we can get the mt. So your curve is 2x squared minus 7x. So differentiate this, you can get the dy over dx times and then minus times and then minus. So you get 4x minus 7. That is your mt. Okay, so continue here. So 4x minus 7. So from here, how are we going to find the point A will be like this. Beside the 4x minus 7, we have one more mt. We can get one more mt. Not only the 4x minus 7, we can get one more. Can get one more mt. Where is another mt left? Back to just now the normal. Normal is -1, the gradient. And just now I did explain that the normal is 90 degrees to a tangent. So here comes another formula, the perpendicular formula. M1, M2. Yeah. Equals to -1. Yeah, because they are 90 degrees, so the gradient times together equals to -1. So you can use that to find the MT. MT times NN equals to -1. Okay, the formula. So we can submit in the -1 into the MN. Yeah. So bring over divide, -1 divide -1, we can find MT. So here you get another MT here. We got 2 MT already. So we can sum in 4x minus 7 equals to 1. So this is where we can get back the point A. So sum in, choop. 1 plus 7 is is 8. 8 divided 4 is 2. So yes, that is a point A. The x is -2. The point A, the x is 2. So I think you get the idea already on how to get back the point A. So the last one, we have to find the y to get the point A. So the last one, the y, we're going to sub the 2 into the curve. Because the point A is one of the point on the curve. And that is the only equation we have. So sub in the x into the curve, we can find the y. Well, it's a long step here. So sub it in. Two times 2 squared is 8. 7 minus 2 is 7 minus 2. 7 times 2 is 14. So -6. That's a point A. Okay, look, we can use that to find the C already. Finally. Y equals to mx plus c. -6 plus 2 is -4. Okay, done. Y equals to mx plus c. Okay. So this is for number 30. For 3 marks. Still okay. I think can already. Dun. Okay, number 30. Next one is 35. Okay. Still good. So you can understand how to find the, how to solve this type of the question for the tangent normal. You can see that no matter it's given you the normal or tangent, right, we are still using back this MT equals to dy dx. We have to go through this formula to find the number that we want. So again, you have to remember the MT equals to dy dx. The tangent gradient is equals to dy dx. You have to remember this, exam not given to you. 35 is the next one. Let me see first. I think 35 should be our last one. No time to go for the rest of it. 35 should be our last one. Should be. So I think, but the 35 should be the, okay, Okay, so until here should be okay for you. Just the graph, yeah, you have to practice on the graphs. The graph actually quite helpful when you're able to draw it out. It'll be quite helpful for you to find the answer. Okay, so let's go for 35. I think 35 should be, if I'm not mistaken, is going for the next part, the maximum minimum. Yeah. Hey, 35. Okay, so now the tangent normal is over already. Okay, but then the 35 here, right? You can see the word here minimum, correct? Minimum. And remember just now we did one question about the minimum point. The minimum point. So actually it's the same concept again, but just that the MT, right? The gradient of tangent is already given to you based on the word minimum. Okay, so let's see 35. Given the y equals to 2x bracket x minus 6, no more already. Just given you one equation here. So A need to find the dy dx, just differentiate only. So let's start from the A. The equation given to you is 2x bracket x minus 6. And for this part here, you can see, you have the bracket, yes, but bracket can expand, right? So no need to go for the product rule. No need to go for the product rule. We can just expand the bracket, then we can differentiate. Okay, expand. Okay, now we can start differentiate. The power times 1 and at the power times, sorry, and then minus 1. So the power here is 2 times it, and the power itself minus 1. This power is 1 times it, and then minus 1. Simplify, done. Okay, next, find the value of x when the y is minimum. Okay, find the value of x when the y is minimum. Y is minimum, this part here, y is minimum. So it's the same as just now about the gradient of tangent here. Y is minimum saying that the gradient of the y is 0. Okay, I write here, the gradient of the y is 0. Maybe you still don't get what this sentence means. I repeat here, gradient is 0 The y here is a curve, right? You can see that? The y here is a curve, right? So that's why the curve gradient is 0. The curve gradient is 0. So it's just back to the same thing. Curve gradient is 0. Curve gradient also equals to dy dx. Okay, I repeat here. The y is a curve. Gradient of y is 0. So the gradient of curve is 0 also. Which means that the curve gradient, which is a dy dx, is equal to 0. Yes, so it's the same thing. It's the same thing. The mt also equal to 0. It's the same as just what we did. So from here, we can find the x already. So we know the curve gradient is 0, which is the mt. and it also stands for dy dx equals 0. So basically, just sub it in the 0 into the dy dx. We can find the x already. So bring over and followed by the 4, we can find the x. Okay, and the last one. Find the minimum value of y. Minimum value of y. So how to find this value? The same. Just now we know that when the y is minimum, the x is 3. Yeah, right here. When the y is minimum, the x is equals to 3. This is the answer we get, right? So how to get back the minimum y? Just sub the 3, look. Because this x will get you the minimum y. This x will get you the minimum y. So to find the minimum y, just sub the 3 into the x. We can find the answer. Sorry. Okay, open the bracket. 2 times 3 square, you will get 18. 12 times 3, you got 36. Yeah. So 18 minus 36, you got negative 18. Okay, 35. Also 3 marks. So each of it is 1 mark. But again, I'm writing the full step here. You can skip the working. I go for the full step here. 35 should be okay for you. One more is 38, but 38 is what idea? Let me see 38 first. I don't think we have time to go for the 38. Let's go. Let me see the question first. Okay, 38 is this one. Okay, we still got about a few minutes left, so I will show you just one part of the 38, just a part A only. Then we can end the class. I think almost there, right? It's about like, yeah, almost 2 hours already. Okay, 38. I just show you the A only, just a part A. 4 marks for this. A curve with gradient function 4x minus 4 over x squared has a turning point at h6. So first thing first, the gradient function, this part here will be stands for dy over dx. Or you can understand as the equation of gradient, something like this, the equation of the gradient. So the gradient is dy dx or mt, right? Correct? So that's why it's equals to dy dx, the equation of the gradient. Okay, given to you here, at the back, you're given you the turning point. So turning point, the titik pusingan in BM, it stands for what? Maximum, minimum. Okay, I simply draw here. So it's a similar thing. Yeah. Why change the color already? So you have the maximum, minimum point, H6. Yes, same thing. This is the lowest point or the highest of the graph. So this tangent, the gradient will be 0. Okay, that's the meaning for the turning point. The gradient of the tangent is 0. So again, the mt equals to dy dx. So beside the mt equals 0, it will be same as dy dx equal to 0 for the turning point. So this is all the info here based on the picture. So I think now we can find the h value for the part A here. Dy dx, given to you is 4x minus 4 over x squared. And then based on the info, the diagram that I draw here, dy dx equal to 0, right? Because of the mt. So we can sub it in. Right here. The gradient equals 0 at the point h6. Okay, so we can sub in here already. 0. And the h. Yep. 0, 4 times h minus 4 over h squared. So no more unknown, no more other unknown. We only left the unknown h that we want. So we can find the h already. I bring over the fraction first. Negative 4 over h squared become positive. Then bring over the h squared and times h to the power of 3. So continue, bring the 4, divide. Later cube root, so you get 1. Okay, 38a. So basically, today I'll stop here first. Okay, for this the seminar, I'll stop here first. But as you know, Lord, because chapter 2 is a big chapter, right? Your school teacher also using quite a long time to finish the whole chapter, correct? So so actually in this 2-hour seminar, we have not enough time to go through every single part. Okay, so I just focus on a few subtopics. Then you can get you can understand more actually. You can understand more. If I go through everything, you know the after effect. You should know the after effect. That's why school teacher will be take quite a long time also to finish the whole chapter 2. Okay, so hopefully after this seminar you understand more about the tangent normal, of course, because today you can see mainly is tangent normal, right? About the mt and the dy dx. Okay, so do you have any question before I end the class? Sorry, the working I don't have it. The working I don't have it. I only have the final answer only. I only have the final answer. Okay, so if you got no other question, okay, for this seminar, so today I stop here, and thanks for coming for the seminar. Hopefully today help you a lot about this chapter 2 a little bit. Okay, so then that's all. I will see you if the next seminar I will see you. Okay, so bye guys.